fell in love with her as Lizzie McGuire.
I'm Lizzie McGuire.
Everybody, the press, the crowd was just, Lizzie McGuire, Lizzie.
So much of that character was just me. All the things I was going through, they would write in the script. I want a prom, okay?
Lizzie grew up fast.
Hilary pulled over and was like, dude, like, what do I have to do for you to stop following me?
There's so much drama and stuff that's made up, and the whole world reads about it.
But, I mean, you got to draw a line somewhere. Personal life is personal.
But nothing's personal when you're Hilary Duff.
I said, you know what? I want you two to kiss.
He asked me for my phone number in front of all these people, and I couldn't say no.
He was in a rock band. He had tattoos. I'm like, what is going on here?
Get ready to meet the tween queen.
But a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do.
Who built an entertainment empire.
I had no idea she made as much money as she did.
I'm not a brand, I'm a person.
This is Hilary Duff Revealed.
I feel so stupid. I feel like I'm getting choked up. Here we go. Hi guys.
Hilary Earhart Duff was born on September 28, 1987. She grew up in the suburbs of Houston, Texas, with her older sister, Haley. The sisters shared an all-American upbringing.
We feel lucky that we got to live somewhere where we had, like, land and room to go outside and, like, play in a yard.
We didn't have to worry about anything.
Dad Bob Duff co-owned a chain of convenience stores. Mom Susan was a homemaker. In 1992, the family moved to a new house just outside of San Antonio.
My dad would still have to drive back for half the week and work and then come and see us on the weekends.
With her husband in Houston, Susan Duff had plenty of time to bond with her girls as they bonded with each other.
Even when I got old enough to go on, like, sleepovers and stuff like that at my friend's house, I was always like, can I bring my sister with me?
Haley was very protective of Hilary. Very protective.
As mean as you'll be to each other, no one can be mean to your sister, and no one can be mean to you if your sister's watching, you know? It's like, can't cross them.
Hilary and Haley attended school at St. Mary's Hall, where they both began to blossom.
I started taking acting classes, and then she kind of teased me at first because she was into sports, and she thought it was kind of girly that I was doing that.
She got involved with school plays, and since she did it, I really wanted to do it as well. Just, I think, because she's my older sister, and I wanted to be just like her.
Dance instructor Marcia Holloman encouraged the girls to express themselves.
Mrs. Holloman was the person that really pushed Hilary and I to dance and to work really hard at it.
In 1995, Ballet Met came to San Antonio for the first time, and they were going to do a very original Nutcracker. And we had auditions at St. Mary's Hall.
The Duff sisters were shoo-ins.
I played a mouse and a shrunken king rat.
Hilary's over here. She's this little rat. And she always came in the wrong direction.
It wasn't like we were just doing a school play or something. This was like professional dancers and professional choreographers and, you know, an audience every night.
But I wasn't scared. I don't remember being scared. When I was younger, I wanted to get any attention I could.
In October 1996, a film crew rolled into town to shoot the TV movie True Women with Angelina Jolie. Bob Duff spotted an opportunity.
I wanted to use our ranch because our ranch has a lot of history, and my dad was like, sure, you can film the movie there, but you have to put my girls in the movie.
We were like background on the movie. One day they gave Hilary and I lines, and it was done after that. We were like, we want to do this forever. We went and got like little agents in San Antonio.
Hilary started getting these different auditions for modeling and for small TV things.
Can he get the Disney Channel?
The dad comes in with a TV on his head. It was one of her first commercials.
We were like, if we go to California, we can go on real auditions. We convinced our parents somehow to let us come to California.
Hilary and Haley headed west with their mom.
We came out for a month the first time. I booked the first commercial audition I went on. Hill booked her first commercial that she went on. And then after that, our month was up, so we went home. And we kind of thought, like, wow, that was really easy.
So easy that Susan began shuttling the girls back and forth between Texas and L.A. On the coast, they set up camp at the Oakwood Apartments in Burbank.
Every kid that lives at Oakwood is there to become an actor. There's definitely the kids and the mothers that, are very competitive and like, well, what did your daughter audition for?
There's be like moms and stuff that were kind of like gossipy, and so you'd always hear your mom be like, don't talk about the auditions are going on, because you don't want them to like get in on that.
My mom, I feel bad for her. She like hibernated in the apartment. She wasn't never really a part of that. She would just read books and try and figure out how this whole thing worked.
Susan learned fast. In 1997, 10-year-old Hilary auditioned for a lead role in the direct-to-video movie Casper Meets Wendy.
You saw hundreds of girls, and then Hilary Duff walked in. The whole room realized there was somebody special in the room, and she just sparkled. She didn't have a lot of experience or anything, but she'd say the lines, and you just couldn't take your eyes off her. And I said, I have to get her in this film.
We were, like, ecstatic. Like, beyond the moon, we thought that was the biggest thing that had ever happened to anyone in the world.
Mrs. Duff decided they should move to L.A. permanently.
And we packed up, as much as we could. We drove with our Chihuahua, little dog, a fish, Hilary's hermit crabs.
We had like pots, pans, luggage. We had a dog, a rabbit, a mouse, and 3 fish. I held fish for 2 days in the car.
Mr. Duff held down the fort in Texas, but promised to visit at least twice a month.
He thought we were a little crazy at first, but my dad has never been the dad that wasn't supportive or was like, you can't do this. So, he was like, go and do the best job you can, and I never want to see tears if you don't get something.
In L.A., it was Susan's job to keep the girls on track.
It was such a sacrifice for her. She had no friends here, nobody that she knew.
The girls, don't have their father with them. They leave their friends and their normal school routines. But it doesn't feel like sacrifices. It feels like trade-offs.
Once the Duffs settled in, Hilary got to work on her first film.
Hilary Duff plays Wendy, who is my niece, and she is a little witch. She's just had that spark, She had that karma about her, and she just had amazing talent. She took direction really well.
I just have good experiences from that, but kind of embarrassing stories because I was so young and so green. One funny story about filming Casper was there was a scene where I was supposed to be chasing this goat.
When you work with animals, you have to call their name, and you shake noises over here, shake noises over there to get their attention to look. And the goat's name happened to be Meaner.
And I didn't know that his name was Meaner, but I know that Sean kept yelling out during the scene.
I'm going, Meaner, Meaner. And I run over here and I go, Meaner, Meaner, Meaner.
So we did about 10 takes, and each time I was like trying to make this really mean, angry face, and because I thought he was yelling at me, Meaner, Meaner. Get meaner, Meaner, show a meaner face. And I was really confused, but I just did anything anybody told me to do.
And then I realized she was listening to my direction, trying to make her face as mean as possible.
Who would name a goat Meaner anyway?
Casper Meets Wendy hit stores in September 1998.
They had buses plastered and shrink-wrapped with Casper Meets Wendy, and Hilary in her little Wendy suit with the broom and stuff. Every time we saw a bus, we just would scream.
Casper Meets Wendy was extremely successful. I think that's where people started to fall in love with Hilary Duff.
But Hilary still had a long way to go.
Sometimes, I would go on 15 auditions and not get a call back or something. And my mom always taught my sister and I to be able to handle rejection really well. And she saw that Haley and I got upset. She'd be like, what are you guys doing? No, none of that. We're going to go home if you're going to take this personally, because that's just not how it works out here.
She said, if you come home from an audition and you cry, we're packing up the apartment and we're going back to Houston.
Hilary had no time for a bruised ego. In 1999, she landed her first sitcom role.
I had booked, finally, a TV show called Daddy-O with Michael Chiklis.
We were really excited about Daddy-O because it was a network show, We thought, she could be on the show forever.
But the actress was in for a rude awakening.
I did the pilot, and then after the pilot, I got replaced by 2 kids, and I was heartbroken. I thought, oh my God, they hate me. They thought I did terrible.
Hilary was like, I'm quitting. I'm not acting anymore. I don't want to have anything to do with this.
So I think she just wanted to be a kid for a second and go back home, go see her dad and her friends.
My mom was like, all right, let's go back to Texas. Let's quit the madness of this place. Let's go home.
Coming up, Acting 101.
I remember Disney being absolutely convinced that Hilary couldn't act.
And later,
Once again, the protective side of me came out when they first met, and I was like, this is not happening.